So the final shot. So story and mood. We try now to break down some of this, like the ideas that we have behind this image. So in the previous video, sorry, I went in and talked a little bit about the technique. So Jannick was a little bit more quiet because that's mostly my area. But now we're just gonna walk you guys through a lot of the thoughts we put into this. So Jannick, if you would just try to walk us through some of the considerations.
Yeah, you can see from some of the first videos, you saw that we blocked everything out in.
Can't full screen. Sorry, it just went blank.
You saw that we blocked everything out to try and get this first-person level going and try to see what works and what didn't work. We tried out different iterations about how the arena should look or how the level should look, and then we took a lot of inspiration from the favela, from the colorfulness, from the buildings stacked up, from the level differences and all the colorful graffiti, to try and build the level itself. So now, the important thing here is that everything is built up upon each consideration. So we have all these different phases that we need to go through and build upon, so we know that when we reach this level that we have considered all the level design. So we don't need to take the final image and tweak for some level considerations, because we know we did that in the first steps already. So that's why it's important to have this process where you go through each step and build upon the next.
So just like a game design consideration, you said things that you can if we just say where would you crouch and hide in this image?
Yeah, that's an important thing, because it's a first-person shooter, right? So we need to have different vantage points and different covers. So for example, this is a cover. You have the concrete slab over there. You have the car.
Yeah,
and then you have the different. Then you have the different levels as well. Like you have these platforms where you can stand, and then.
Let's just walk through that. So the point here that is you jump up here, you jump up here. So that's what is that called? Jumping point.
Yeah, that's the idea also from the beginning, that we had these asymmetrical teams. So we have the heavy equipped drone army, and then we have the light and agile rebel youth.
Yes.
So, and then the idea is that the rebels have a bigger, they're able to climb and jump, while the drones are not. So the rebels can don't have as heavy armory, and they don't have that much health, but then they're able to use the level in a different way than the drones are. So they actually have more of the level is available to them, because they can jump up there, and then they can run around on the ledges. As you can see in the top right as well, there's a zip line, and the idea is they can use that to traverse some of the level as well. So they're able to use it, use much more while trying to get around these drones.
Yeah, so what I just painted here in blue teal is this is the space that the drone army would most likely occupy, more walking around their level, or they could as well jump up, but it would be more difficult for those guys. So the level in yellow here is what would be mostly occupied by the rebel forces, because they have a much easier time traversing and getting up and using the zip lines and stuff like that. So this was the consideration about the asymmetry in the designs as well. There would be different stages that you would occupy if you play each team. So that not only we consider the cover, we'd also consider how the asymmetry would play out with the different teams. So just wrapping up the little ledge here, actually we thought about you could jump up here, so you can either walk in here, the door, or maybe it became too wild, this yellow line, sorry. Boop, boop, doot. You get up here, there's a door, so you can get in here. So there's either an internal way to get up to this door, inside here stairway all the way up, maybe indication of a balcony here, maybe there's a sniper position, then there's a roof up here that you can get up to. But at the same time, you could also traverse here, get up here, traverse this way, get down on this one, get down on this ledge, get on the dumpster here, and then jump down here.
And of course it needs to be considered all the time that there are some areas here where you're actually more exposed than if you traverse the ground, but then you would be able to take a shortcut, or you can go through the house where you're covered, and then up to the roof where you can then get a good sniping position.
Yeah, so here's a ladder. You get up behind this billboard, you walk around the billboard, and then you get up this ladder, you get up here, and then there's a ladder behind all the way up to the roof. So either you get off at this point where there's these planks, and then you can zip line your way through here, or you get all the way up to this roof garden that is up here where you can snipe from. Or throw your grenades or whatever. So there's quite a lot of thought being put into that. So yeah, cover positions and like traversing and climbing.
And it's always important in FPSs that there's no blind spots, no dead ends.
Oh yeah.
You need to, like for example, you can go through the sewer here, so you can go through the murky water. And then of course you need to be able to go another way in there. There shouldn't be anywhere where if you go there, you'd have to go back and then you're trapped if there's troops behind you or the army is behind you.
Yeah, so you can either continue here and then, oh no, actually I painted, oh sorry me, I just painted as a blind end. I forgot that. So the point is that you need to traverse. You need to continue into this like side pipe. So I think I would actually block this off. Sorry.
That would probably be better if it was over there. It would
probably be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should, damn, screw me.
Do it live.
Do it live.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Perfect. Solved.
Yeah. And then the idea is that you can go out there in the back, and then you can actually go up. From a different and come from the back of this of this cafe up there, or you can go through the right and then you come up in the house or behind the house. The idea is just to again, this is a concept piece, right? So this is handed over to the developers of the game, and then they would need to see does this work for them, or this is some good ideas, and maybe they of course need to iterate on that and make it work and find out, okay, we need some more spaces here. And again, this is just the one angle.
This is an inspiration piece. So the more inspiration we can hand over, the better. So a lot of these thoughts, I mean, we haven't play tested this level. Is it fun to play? We have no idea. We just thought all the thoughts that would make it fun, and then it's up to the game developers to play test and do all the research if this is actually working.
And then again, some of the core concepts is there, like there's ledges and balconies and stairs and ladders and elevation differences and shortcuts, and then all these will have to incorporate it in some way, but they can of course be iterated on, moved around. Some of the ladders can be removed or put somewhere else. So the idea is to just give this initial stab at how it can be.
So actually, like the last job that we pulled off, we made sort of similar, like a really big piece like this. And then afterwards, it got all like snagged into small pieces and sent out to all the teams. So this is a prop that could just be, it could be anywhere in this. It doesn't need to be there for this image. It's just there as a compositional element. But at the same time, this is an asset breakdown that it can just as well, like somebody could model this and then place it anywhere in this level. So,
and this is of course also something that is vital to know when you do concept art, or concept design, what is the purpose of this? Because we took this shot as both a useful image, but also like a sweet looking mood shot that would actually be inspirational as well. So some things are made for compositional reasons and some are made for level design reasons. And of course, initial sketches that maybe took a lot less time to do could just be for level design, and then some could be for mood shots. But this is trying to take these two things and combine into one final shot.
So this is actually, that's something about movement. But Jannick, if you would like to break down what was the consideration that we had about level design, if you think about the objectives of the two teams. I'm just trying to find a good color that reads on this.
Yeah, the consideration.
The playing field.
Yeah, the considerations were here that we have these two teams that each have a way to win the game. Of course, you can take out the other team, but like in CS, for example, where you need to plant the bomb or release the hostages, there should be some alternate win condition here. And the idea was here that either the rebels were to hack into the
so there was
corporation. So there were different spots in the level that they were hacking in, and that could be, for example, going through the sewer and going up in the house. That could be a hacking point. And then.
So if this is the rebel starting point, you can go to maybe 4 locations to
and then you need to hack 2 or 3 of them.
I'm going to this location to hack it.
And of course, all these areas should be exposed and should be able to be defended or guarded by the drone army. They should be able to know where each of these elements are, but they should also never be able to know exactly where the opposing team are going.
Yeah, so the drone army would be dropped, the thought was that you get airdropped from a big tower by this quad drone, and then you get shipped into one of these locations. So maybe the drone army would already be settled in this location. So as a rebel, would probably take if you figure out they're there, you divert and then take a different route to a different building.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't get swatted.
Like in Counter-Strike, where you go for bomb site A or B. Yeah,
exactly. And the drone army would maybe spread out and then one person might guard this area and one person here. When they found the find the opposing team, or all people would like go to this. But this is again like this is down really the line of game design and play testing, because like what is the dynamics of the game, what is the best way to play this game, what is the most fun, what is the most engaging way to play it. And I think a lot of the game design has to be evolved that way, like because if you just think there should be 4 teams, they each have an objective, 4 bomb areas, and each team has an objective, and this is how you do it. That's just a very static way to look at it, because you have to evolve that through a lot of playtesting.
Yeah, we also always evolve this by iterating with the client, and they would give their feedback. Of course, it's important if you're a game developer out there that you iterate this with your players, so you know that like it should be up to the players how everything is designed. Because like if you think it works one way, and then all the players you test with, they use it a different way, then it's not the players are wrong. Then it's you who should adapt to how the players are doing it.
And then of course, like you have a market where Valorant is occupying this space, then you have a game that occupies this space, but whoa, there's actually a little sweet spot that nobody occupies. Like nobody thought about it like that way before. So you find a spot that nobody occupied, and then you fill in.
But also makes sense for the players as well.
Exactly. So
it's always important to have a balance between something new and exciting, but also recognizable.
Yeah. So this would be the investor and the CEO that thinks about this. This would be the game designer. So all up here we have the venture capitalist, and then down here we have the game designer. Like they think about the players and the experience, these things about the market position, but still this determines how the main layout of things should happen. But at the same time, game designers should figure out how to best optimize a really fun and engaging game within the framework given from these cold cash guys up here.
Yeah, and again, we do the concept design, so it's just the initial ideas that either we base that on what the game developers know already, so we continue from that base, or we give them these ideas and then they can use them for their continual development. Yeah, but I think that was about the final shot.
I think I just have a little bit more notes. Sorry, a lot of the decals here is not really like random, so they all refer to panthers, and this is what we looked at. Like for South America, it's like this power animal, and it's also you have the jaguar warriors from the old Inca realm. So we drew on a lot of inspiration from these kind of. Like
well, actually, we looked at a lot of the graffiti they have in the areas, and they use that older mythology, local mythology within their graffiti as well. So we wanted to incorporate that into this piece as well.
Yeah. So for example, up here, like this entrance here is for the rebels. They always use this tag of the Panther, and you can see. Oh, if you have this tag, that means that there's an area of interest, because this is a hacking point. You get in here, and in the sewers. Down, like you'll break through a door, and then in there's like a cable that you can hack into with your hacking tools. So this decal up here is like to sort of indicate that it's an area of interest to the player. So I mean, a lot of this is not random placed, but it's all with a consideration for how the player can read these kind of decals, and also to make every kind of location quite unique. In CS, you always say there's the banana of the long range or whatever you find. So players would probably see the panther mouth. That's the place where you want to go, because you all remember that it looks like a mouth because the teeth here, broken teeth. So this is the reason why we put this here, is to sort of call out that there's something of interest. But yeah, I think that's enough thoughts about the final image. And the next breakdowns will be some of the gun designs. So we'll just, I guess, quickly go through the mirror board before we showcase, just to see what's going on, and then will be some sped up videos. But we'll see you in the next videos.